In this video, we'll look into execute process task. For that, we have to create a process and call it through this execute process task. Let us have a batch file. So if I go to C test, I have this batch file. Let echo off and start https://www.google.com. Echo off will not print this statement in the command prompt, and start https://www.google.com. This will start this website. So I can save this as my batch all files dot bat. The batch files are saved as .bat. Close this. My batch, the Windows batch file. So we'll call this. When we call this, the Google site should open. So if I go here, there's nothing open here. Closing this. Now let us drag this execute process task. Double click this. Go to process, and there's an executable here. Execute is my batch. My batch is a Windows batch file. So I'm selecting my batch here and then saying OK. Close this. Now if I run this, the Google site has to open. Execute. The Google site has opened. Package execution completed with success. And if I go to the C test, this batch file has got this code. Echo off start www.google.com, and we created this batch file, and we call this batch file which opened a Google site. So you can execute any process, like there'll be some exes, so you can open some applications using this execute process task. Now let us see some more examples. Let us go to test and create a new batch file, new text document, run. Here write the code. Let go. Then copy the dash test test.txt to C dash my test. So we are copying from C test.txt, this test.txt file, to C test my test file. There is file save as, we'll save as a batch file dot bat, my batch one dot bat. So this Windows batch file has been created, my batch one. In the my test, there in the C test my test, there is nothing here, and we are going to transfer this test.txt file to C test my test. This has got the contents A, B, C, D, E. Let's go to the SSIS, execute process task. You can track this execute process task from here. Double click process, and the executable would be my batch one. So C test my batch one dot bat. That's what we are executing it. Save, execute. Successfully completed. Now let us go to the test my test. So this test.txt has been copied to this location. So it has got the contents A, B, C, D, E. So this has been copied from C test. The original file is there here. C test A, B, C, D. So that's how we can use this execute process task. Now let us move the file. Go to C test, right click new text.met, say my 2 here at echo of move C test test.txt to C test my test file, save. My test, we don't have anything here, so we're going to move this test.txt. Just got this ABCD rows to my test directory. Now let's go here and execute process task. Process executables my batch 2. We didn't name it as my batch 2. File save as .bat. Save. So my batch 2 Windows batch file has been created. Now we can access that executable my batch 2. Okay, save it, execute. Successfully completed. So here test, and there is no test.txt file here. It has been moved. If we go to my test and check, it has been moved to here to my test. So ABCD rows are there in this, and it disappeared from this C test. So So if you want to move it back, just we'll just change that. Hit this my batch to and move C test my test. Write it here. My test test.txt to C test. File, save. Now we'll create the batch file. File, save as all file my batch 2 dot that. I'll go here, selecting this my batch 2, run that. Okay, let's go back to test. The test file has come here to C test, my test. It has disappeared. So we moved to my test directory and moved it back to C test. So that's how we can use these batch files. If you like the video, please subscribe by clicking on the subscribe button. For notifications on upcoming videos, please click on the bell icon.